Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 13th episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba. And we are still battling this drum-beating demon in his home, and things are not going super well so far, but I think our boy Tanjiro can turn things around and stabby stabby, cutty cutty, wet are his opponent. So let's get into it and see if that's the case. 3, 2, 1, play. Boom, boom. So, Tanjiro, do you have this or should I be worried? Good job patting yourself on the back, I guess. It's very triumphant music, so I guess that should probably help. That's the right attitude, now just stab him. A lot. Several times. Until he stops moving. And then cut his head off. Inspirational speeches and all that are great, but that's what you gotta do. Of course, I know you have to wait till after the opening finishes before you can do that, but just take the time to get psyched up. Shouldn't we begin to do openings soon? Like, probably next episode? And Nezuko still has not been involved at all in this battle, so I'm still kind of hoping she jumps in. You know, whenever I see his, like, water dragon thing, I always think of, from the anime Bleach, you know, the short captain. Because he had, like, an ice type thing that was similar. You probably are. This place is basically a maze. Right, because that's... Knowing that doesn't really help much. Still gotta find the right way out. There is no other look somebody can give you aside from that look. It seems quiet, but something could pop out of the corner and bite you. So be careful. Oh no, he beat the drum. Okay, we're falling. Yeah, you gotta be ready for that. So, you gotta be in a position where you can grab something at a moment's notice to protect yourself. And again. It's a good thing he has like spiderweb feet and doesn't fall over. Come on, Tanjiro, I thought you had this figured out. Why are you still falling? Oof. So I've heard. Yeah, broken bones aren't gonna stop me. You keep saying that, but I'm not seeing a lot of fighting. I'm just seeing a lot of falling and bravado. Talking. Yeah, any day now. I mean, the animation's cool, but he's just not getting much done. Yeah, I'm glad we realized that, because you're really not accomplishing anything. And again. Yeah, you do have a head, just use it. Oh, and use your hand to not fall to your death. You think it's annoying. You're the one being flipped around the house every 5 seconds. Or the audience members that are also kind of getting dizzy. Yeah, we don't have time to think. Oh, he wasn't talking to me. I mean, he looked at the camera, so... Okay, maybe we can talk him down. I don't think so, but I guess we have to try. Well, seems like negotiations are broken down. What's your next plan, Tanjiro? Man, he's really going at it now. There's no way you could keep track of that. I love when anime has self-awareness. Man, tell us how you really feel. Damn, he was just full-on savage. That's the nice thing about typing on the keyboard, you always favor. Come on, man, this is not cool. You're just being mean now. Well, like, do you feel discouraged now? Yeah, that's the day I became a demon. That man's gonna die, isn't he? Well, I think that's safe to say, yeah. Maybe he regrets his decision to be so mean now. How fast can he go? Let's see. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, man. Oh, you'd fall forever if he goes fast enough. Oh, man, I'm getting dizzy. Yeah, that's worse. And the boring papers. Oh, if you step on that, that will trigger him. I guess that's good. Very important to know how to breathe. It's a key to victory, really. The scent of mold. And of course, it always comes down to scent being his ally. And dodge! Good job. Yeah, pretty good, huh? He still hasn't really done anything to you, but he's still alive, I guess, or something. He'll attack us at some point, I'm sure. Oh, that looks so cool. That water is just so wet. Take my splashing water attack. Let's see you survive that. Well, water's good at adapting. That's literally what it does best, so... No shocker there. I need to get into my face, though. I did nothing wrong. Oh, giving him some praise before he murders him. That's quite kind of him. Ooh. And off with his head. There we go. Should have quit while you were ahead. Yeah, the broken bone still hurts, so it's still a problem. Yeah, when you go too deep, it can hurt sometimes. You're the only son. Yes. But I wish it wasn't used on me. That too. Killing people is frowned upon by most humans. I know it's part of your culture as demons and all that, but we're not okay with it. Gotta stab him one more time for good measure. Oh yeah, to get the blood for the... Okay, yeah. Gotta get more blood from our powerful people. Yeah, you just stick it in there and it gets the blood. Ah. Gotta make me jump. Hey, kitty cat, what are you doing here? Okay, that answers that question. Here you go, kitty. Like a video game mechanic almost. A cat to deliver your dropped loot to where it needs to go. Okay, so that's how the kitty cat works, I guess. We're only halfway through the episode, so I wonder what else we'll do. And we have to find the Zenitsu, I guess, and what did happen to our pig dude? Actually, I don't remember. Where was he last? Yeah, well, screw you too. You just don't understand my vision. No, you. And then he steps on it. You know what they say, one man's trash is another person's treasure. And that's what matters most. uh. Yeah, I guess he got to at least die happy, so good for him. But he's still the enemy that kills people, so limited sympathy. So, are you guys still alive somewhere? Oh, don't to hurt me. Just want to check on you, ow. That was uncalled for. Yeah, what? Well, I would be a little bit less glad if after they threw stuff at my head, but yeah, I guess we're glad. Good job staying alive, you two. I knew you could do it. Only one of you, not two of you. Oh, that's never good. Hopefully they're okay. Yeah, don't tell them about the scent of blood. Probably just make them nervous. And it's quite bright out there. Oh. Well, I think we found him. You spineless punk. It's not wrong. I mean, he's a little bit banged up, but he's fine for the most part. So Nezuko's still in there. I mean, if it's still daylight, she wouldn't be able to come out. But, good job, Zenitsu. You did something good. I'll praise you for that. uh, that's always good. Wake up, Zenitsu. Well, that's where he wanted to be, so. News to me. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good. Where's that blood coming from? That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. You seem fine for the most part. And now our pig man shows up. Oh. You could just open the door like a normal human being, but okay. Guy's so weird. The 5th survivor. So he was there too. I didn't actually remember if he was, but there we go. You leave Nezuko alone. That's not yours. Okay, so he smells the demon. You leave Nezuko alone. It's not your box, you leave it alone. Leave it. Leave it. No, you aren't. No. Yes. Inside this box is the best thing about this show. You don't touch it. Yeah, it's a good demon though. You don't know her. From the very starts, really. But she was so quiet in there. Wasn't she like sleeping? It's a beautiful sky shot. Only you had an internal noise gate filter. Guess that's pretty impressive. Look like some very evil ladies. Yeah, obviously you would have a good reason for that. I'm surprised I never really asked about it though. Oh wow, you really can make an expression like that out. Okay. You leave it alone. Ugh. He's annoying. You're the one that's trying to mess with the box that's not yours. Did he grab his leg? Yeah. It's definitely a better side of him to see. Oh, you just threw him across the room. Yeah, you leave the box alone. How many times do I have to tell you? Apparently your hearing's not as good as his is. Okay, yeah, this is escalating. Yeah, this is about when he shows up. So, Did a good job hanging in there until he showed up. Come on, Tanjiro, go stab that pig man. Yeah, a lot of help you were. Oh, I can't believe this is almost making me tear up. That's kind of sad. And you're trying to really irritate me. Come on, Tanjiro, get in there and do something. Anything. Throw a rock at him, something. You know, whenever you get around to it, Tanjiro. It's not like he's sacrificing his body right now for your sake or anything. Just feel free to stand there and think about it. Any day now. And maybe after that, then Tanjiro will do something. There we go. Well, it took about, what, an extra 30 seconds to a minute of watching his friend protecting his little sister for him to actually do something. And the episode's gonna end off before he does, isn't it? Yeah, there's the You know, funnily enough, Tanjiro actually irritated me more this episode than Zenitsu did. So that's an interesting reversal. And I got a lot to say about that. And we're gonna have our little silly manga segment. I'm sure. I see. Just go to a hospital, man. Okay. That was the 13th episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba. And this episode, I mean, just... We had a lot of Tanjiro being thrown around the room while basically psyching himself up for a million years before he really actually does something. And then when he finally makes an attack, he ends him in one fell swoop. And that's pretty much the end of the conflict. And afterwards, he praises him for his blood arts and all that, and I guess also his music playing thing. And in the end, that's all he really wanted, was to be acknowledged for his ability. That's the whole point of the flashback, was to just see how he was not at all, like, he wasn't appreciated for it at all. So he just ended up attacking that guy. So that's that. And then you just had Zenitsu making his way out of the building during that time, which was nice. And then Tanjiro made his way over to the other two siblings that were still in there, who threw stuff at him because they were scared, and he brought them out. And then he ran into Zenitsu protecting the Nezuko box, and it's still daytime outside, which would explain why she never actually went in there to help. And Zenitsu, this whole thing here was the only real positive aspect of the episode for me was Zenitsu protecting the box. So Zenitsu, I didn't notice I never really asked about the box. Really, he never really was too into that. And this whole thing here kind of revealed that he actually did kind of know that there was a demon there. He didn't know the specific circumstances. He just knew there was a demon in there and that the box was important to Tanjiro. And he was pretty confident that Tanjiro obviously had some sort of good reason why he has a demon in his box. So when he was out there and the pig guy came by to destroy the box because he knows there's a demon in there, and he is a part of the demon corps, you know, they kill demons, that's what they do, which Zenitsu is as well. But there's a bit of a conflict there because it's also an important box to Tanjiro, who is his friend, and you know, so he really put himself on the line there to defend the box, which I liked a lot, that he was really willing to step up like that, put his usual cowardness aside to do something that's important, that, you know, needs to get done. And he took a lot of abuse to do that. So Zenitsu, I have no real complaints about at all with this episode. I thought he was great. We got some insight into his character. We got to see another side of his character in general, and he really stepped up this episode, and it was cool. On the flip side, Tanjiro just really annoyed me this episode. Like, it felt like we spent so much time with Tanjiro just flailing around the room, dodging some attacks here and there. It felt like we spent so much time doing that, and he just psyching himself up, trying to figure out what to do, and just eventually did it. Like, I don't know, there just didn't seem to be much substance in that fight at all. It was just a lot of fluff. It kind of felt like I didn't really... This whole arc, I didn't really like this arc at all, to be honest. It was one of the more boring ones. There wasn't much to it, you know? They went into a house to rescue a character we don't really know anything about or care about. We were just kind of asked to do it, so we went in there to do it. Obviously, we got some blood from him, which is of benefit. We need blood that are from demons that are close to the big bad demon, so we made progress because of that. So I'm not going to call it pointless or anything. But we also didn't even have Nezuko participate in the fight at all, which is another strike against it for me, because that's part of what I like about the series, is Nezuko in particular, and also Nezuko just working together with Tanjiro as siblings battling each other. That dynamic of a human and a demon fighting side by side like that was really cool, but we got none of that this episode because she was in the box outside in daylight, so she couldn't do anything. Like, I get the logic behind why she couldn't participate, but it was still disappointing that she didn't, if that makes sense. And Tanjiro was obviously pretty injured, so he couldn't really do much fancy stuff in the fight as well. And we had a lot of him just kind of whining and complaining about that, and then being like, no, sure, I'm injured and stuff, but I can work around this, I can still fight, and all that. It just, I don't know, there wasn't really much to really get excited about with this fight, to be honest. It really was mostly just falling around a room, dodging the occasional claw strike, and eventually get himself into a position where, like, okay, now I'm going to rush forward and cut his head off, and then say a couple of kind words to him so he can be happy and teary-eyed while he fades away. And I don't know. And it also felt like such a last-minute effort to make the audience care about that demon before he died. I mean, before that, all we knew about him was that he wanted his position back, which wasn't really too much to get emotionally invested in. Then we just had a really brief scene of some other person kind of bullying him a little bit to try to make us care about him a little bit more before they kill him off. And I don't know. I didn't really care much for it. But what bothered me more than that was the end part, like I said, with Tanjiro just standing there for what felt like forever, while Zenitsu, who was going out of his way, you know, taking a lot of abuse for Tanjiro's sake, and only for Tanjiro's sake, and still just stood there for what felt like forever, watching that until he decided to actually do something. Like, in that time period, there was still a couple of really nasty-looking blows that happened to Zenitsu that did not need to happen. So that really bothered me. You know, it wasn't like one of those things where they just kind of slowed down time for somebody to think in their internal monologue. And, like, we actually saw what continued to happen while he just stood there. So that bothered me a lot. That really, out of everything, that would probably be my biggest complaint, was that bit there. Tanjiro just standing there like an idiot, like while his friend that's going that far for him just gets abused. That really did not care for that. I know I'm harping on that a lot, but that really just bothered me quite a bit. Because, not just because of that, but because obviously, like I said, I like Nezuko a lot, and Nezuko's being protected. This pig guy wants to hurt her, so I don't like him for that reason. And just Tanjiro, I just feel like he dropped the ball on how he handled that. He should be more decisive if he's a demon killer like that. Hasn't that been supposed to be what part of his development's been about, being more decisive and all that? But I don't know, I didn't like it. Did not like that. Did not really care for the arc as a whole. I felt it was one of the weaker ones. The last stuff with the whole the arrow guy and the ball girl, I like that one a lot more than this arc. That one was great. This one just not so much. I just did not. There's just nothing to really like about this, with the exception of getting Zenitsu as part of the cast. That was the only real thing I liked, because Zenitsu, despite how I felt about him in the beginning, I can definitely see the potential for that character to be, a good character, a solid inclusion in the group, somebody that will probably work through the cowardness more and more as they progress, go through character development, become better about that. I'm sure he will continue to get better and improve like that. But that was really the only good thing about this arc, was just getting that new character. And we're also, obviously the pig mask guy is going to be an important character as well. He's in the ED. He really comes across as like he's part of the party. But he still has some work to do if he wants me to like him, because he lost a lot of points with me with how he hacked it near the end of this episode. So at the moment, I don't like him. He'll have to work pretty hard if he wants to fix that, because he's in the negatives right now as far as points with me goes. So yeah, I know this discussion's been vast majority negative, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'm not going to pretend to like this when I didn't. But I still like the show overall as a whole, so I do hope the next arc can be better. So yeah, that's all I had to say on it, so yeah. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.